All right, number 4. Let's go to Zay Flowers. He's 4th on our list. Rick and Josh had him ranked 4th. I had him ranked 3rd. Josh, I'll go to you first. There's a lot to like about Zay Flowers. He's not tall, so that's a concern. And I know Rick sometimes pushes back when I talk about shorter wide receivers, but tell me what you like about Zay Flowers.
Yeah, I think you just see his footwork and his ability to get off the line of scrimmage, create separation at the stem, all that kind of stuff. You see his ability to elude defenders post catch. He hasn't had the best quarterback play at Boston College, so you think that he's got a little bit more potential in the NFL when he's given an opportunity to succeed. With his lack of size, he's probably going to be, moved to the slot more regularly. He did have a fair percentage of reps on the boundary this past year, but a guy that's probably going to move inside to the slot. But I think he does have some versatility to work inside out at the next level.
So, yeah, Rick, that's the thing I want to ask about. He's 5'9", 182, 4.42 guy at the combine. He played more outside than inside at BC, but as Josh noted, he was basically the only show in town offensively. Can he play outside in the NFL?
Yeah, I think he's ideally in a slot, but I think he has the ability, and he's shown the ability to play outside. The issue is when their smaller guys are outside, okay, you want them off the line of scrimmage so you can kind of send them in short motions and things. So a corner is not going to just jam them at the line of scrimmage. So you get a Sauce Gardner on top of him, and he can't get off the line. So you figure out ways to move him to get him off the line if he's outside, although I do think he has enough quickness in his release to avoid a jam. But you got a small guy and you got a guy like Sauce Gardner, who's long and athletic and just puts his hands on you, then you're done. That's why everybody wants to move these small guys into the slot. They'll get pressed some, but they're usually off the line of scrimmage or they stack them in bunches. So it's hard to jam them at the line of scrimmage when they get upfield and get their release. But this guy is an excellent football player. And for a guy that had no talent around him, he was the only offensive weapon they had, struggled with the quarterback play in BC, yet he still continues to produce. And no matter how teams try to take him out of the game, he still found a way to get open and still found a way to make plays.
Yeah, and that's actually huge, I would imagine, the evaluation process, because I'm you've seen it, I've seen it, Josh has seen it. There are wide receivers that get frustrated when the quarterback stinks and they're not getting the ball when they should get it. They're not getting the ball when they're open, and you didn't see that from Zay. He just took over games, and he sees every opportunity. He also returned 7 punts in 2022 for the first time in his career, so he has that ability. At least he has a little experience. We'll see how that plays itself out. And I mentioned he was 5'9", 182, ran a 4.42 at the combine. The comp that you have for him, Rick, at the combine, this player was 5'10", 182, ran a 4.4 flat. So you did a pretty good job on
Tyler
the
Lockett. Yeah. I think he's got a lot of Tyler Lockett to him, and you've seen the type of career that Tyler has, and everybody says, well, maybe he's not big enough, but what Seattle does with him and how they move him around. When he came out of Kansas State, right? When Lockett came out, he was the one-man band at Kansas State when he came out. So Zay reminded me of that's why I went with Tyler, and I put him in potentially Baltimore. You look at Baltimore's receiver situation. Bateman was on IR, I believe, twice, can't stay healthy. They just signed Aguilar from New England. Then they have, the kid from Duvernay, the kid from Texas that came out. It's more of a gadget guy. So they need to get some weapons. Maybe if they got this kid in, Lamar Jackson doesn't want to get traded. But
absolutely.
But this kid could definitely be a legit player, and I thought Baltimore would be the best fit for him.
And by the way, when I think of Tyler Lockett, I don't think of him as being a small wide receiver. He looks like he belongs out there, and he's not. He stands next to DK Metcalf. He's small, but in terms of the way he plays much bigger than 5'10". I think Zay has that ability as well. I'm going to guess here, bottom of the first, top of the second is your range for Zay?
Yep, I do. I think I would put him ahead of Hyatt if I was going to take one of the two.